Nigeria will disappoint you. See,
Mm.
Nigeria will disappoint you. Just know that. And know peace. Welcome back to an unfortunate episode of the Like You podcast, where myself, Tolu, Nigeria fan, and
Nelson, Super Eagles fan.
they're not
Um,
superheroes. They're not superheroes.
and
The pain,
I,
just talk first, talk.
I have no more hope. The hope don't cast. And just watching that game today, everything that was at stake, the whole of Africa watching, most of the Africa, majority of Africa rooting for our downfall. Um, and just a very painful, truncated ending to a what's been a saga of just stress this entire time. Like, will we or won't we? Will we or won't we? We deserve
Epic
to.
stress.
Yeah. No, wow.
Uh, Not real one, man. It was a painful game. It was a very, very disappointing performance. DR Congo definitely deserved to go through for at least 75% of the game. They were like taking initiative. We seemed leggy, seemed like not the energy was off. Obviously, when Osimhen went off, it was just
Whole
like
thing changed.
everything just
Whole thing
went
changed.
off. Um, I thought that. I mean, refreshing the wingers, taking out Ademola Lookman and Samuel Chukwueze and bringing in Moses Simon and Ejike. I thought that would be like, okay, more energy, nothing. Um, the I don't know. The game before against Gabon when we played, it was a 4-4-2, but we played a 4-1-3-2. That
Mm.
kind of helped us create chances because the flat 4-4-2, I've said it before on this channel, I don't like. But that variation of 4-4-2, I'm like, okay, at least we were creating chances. I mean, we should have won that game in regulation. We won 4-0 overall.
Yeah.
But today it just seemed like energy levels were very low. Um, but at the end of the day, I still blame the Federation for this rubbish because technically, Richel hasn't lost a game since he's been with.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I worry about what we're if he's gonna keep his job,
yeah,
if this is gonna be blamed on him or not. I think since he's been in the position, as you mentioned, he hasn't really disappointed. He's done a lot with a pretty chaotic situation.
yeah.
It's just very painful, as I mentioned to you earlier today. This is the second World Cup that we're missing. It's been 8 years starving. We're both located in Atlanta, Georgia, where there should be about I think four group stage matches, as well as I think a quarterfinal match as well. So to just be robbed of the ability to host our families and our friends, for a World Cup in our home city with our team involved it really is a pain that you know it's gonna
Hmm.
come in waves as we get closer to the World Cup and
Yeah, that's a good
yeah
point because I feel like it's not like a club game where the pain ends today. Like closer to the World Cup, next international window, the pain will come back. The World Cup itself, that's when the pain will sit in, and
yeah
that's a good point.
yeah we're gonna have to I mean we're gonna basically watch every all of our brothers from the continent jubilate and come to our city and wear all their colors and really have fun the way that I'm gonna hate that entire summer. A part of me is gonna hate a little bit. I'm gonna be happy for them, but and typically that's how it goes. Like at first, I'm like, I can't really bring myself to root for Ghana or Cote d'Ivoire or Senegal or any of those teams. Then as they get, when it becomes them against Europe or South America, of course I'm gonna,
Yeah,
yeah, of course. So
of course.
you
Yeah.
hear the fun fact? I think that every year that Nigeria has not qualified for a World Cup, Argentina's won the World Cup. You know that?
No,
I
God,
think so.
no, please, no. That would be too
I,
much.
I
That
think
would be too much.
I heard it's just like a random like paradox where years that we don't make the World Cup, Argentina's gone the distance and won.
No,
But so
that's too much.
they're kind of excited right now. Uh,
That's too much. I think that would be too much. I do know of like how often we play Argentina in international tournaments, not just the World Cup. Um, but no, please, that's too much.
yeah, no,
That's
too
too
much.
much. That would be the football world would not. You know what? Let's not even speculate, please. I beg.
Mm,
I beg. But yeah,
anyways,
Nigeria. If we qualify for the next one, it will be a 12-year hiatus from the World Cup, which is shameful for a nation that size, not just geographically, but like figuratively too. Like a nation that size that produces that much talent is essentially we're essentially the Italy of Africa, where we miss. I think Italy also missing back-to-back World Cups. Uh,
yes,
and speaking of Italy, Gattuso's comments about his beef with there being nine African countries in the World Cup because he didn't make it. What do you think of
yeah.
the statements?
I mean, I'm pretty sure. I think I saw that, and then I looked at how many teams from Europe go, how many teams from South America go, how many teams from Africa, and then you weigh that against how many te countries are in each of those continents.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to just shut up. Like, we're not listening to you. You're just a bitter man, and I get it. I get it. I mean, it's very embarrassing, to be a country. Um, that has the power to get to that tournament and everybody expect you to do so and you don't. um but at least they won the darn thing before. um at least they
Fairly
won
recently,
yeah,
like
I
20
mean
years
within
ago.
20, that's good enough, and then some euros as well. So it's really painful. I mean, what would only make this better is if we somehow some way, and even if we do win the AFCON, um it's still kind of painful that that's not an avenue to make the World Cup. I think I read, who was it? I think Ireland lost, or Ireland beat Hungary, in
Oh, in Hungary, yeah.
pretty crazy scenes.
Yeah.
But I think Hungary still has a way to make it to the World Cup if they win the Nations League, I think, of some sort. I think I read that somewhere. I think the fact that there's other pathways for teams that don't exist, um, and it's just not as hard for other their countries on different continents as it is for, an African nation. We kind of cannibalize our best teams at times. And Nigeria just can't get out of the jungle. I can't get out of the jungle. I was saying that earlier today to you. That game, just from an atmosphere vibe, it just seemed very.
Raining pallets.
I mean, yeah, just raining bullets. Um, there's during the penalty shoot out. There's bottles being thrown onto the pitch. There's guys with green lasers all over in the eyes of Nobali, and into the eyes of the players who are stepping up to take the kicks. Chaotic. Like
And did you see
uh,
Eric Chell accuse the DR Congo somebody from the DR Congo bench of doing voodoo, and there was an
mm,
altercation at the end because he said he kept throwing something in the air after each kick, and I think the before Mbemba's last kick, you could see him visibly run to somebody, and the opposition coach had to stop him, and he
mm,
mentioned something about it. So it was
mm. That's
to
wild.
add to your point, it was chaotic.
Yeah, there's a
Uh,
lot going on, man.
a
So,
lot going on.
I
But
mean,
yeah, we're gonna have to, like you said earlier, it's going to be the pain is going to reoccur in stages,
yeah,
and just have to. Suck it up.
Yeah, there are stages to this grief. To my cousins, to my family abroad, I'm sorry. You would have had a place to stay. It would have been a great time. Um, but it's a missed opportunity, unfortunately. And I just think that, this pain, um,
I'm
it
laughing to stop from crying.
you know, this pain is one that
It'll linger.
it'll resonate for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, but the sad thing about this pain is it doesn't mean anything will change at the Federation.
No.
Like it'll be business as usual. They'll keep not paying these players. They'll keep messing them up. They'll keep like
This is
not.
8 years of Victor not playing in the World Cup. Ozime. I mean, so we
He's
what? We've
prime.
talked about this. Yeah, it's gone. Like, it's gone. Like, this is like a a generation. Yeah, what could have been a golden generation from an attacking standpoint, because we
Yeah.
had some hitters. It's just it's you don't scatter, because we have to really start. I mean, everybody, you got to add 4 years to everybody.
Yep.
Um, and I
That,
don't know.
that's assuming that we don't get it. We get it right next time.
Yeah, yeah, 4 years to try and get it right again. So yeah, I'm distraught, really,
Yeah.
truly. You know.
Nigeria will disappoint you. That's last one. But lastly,
It-
seriously, on the topic is for the penalty kicks. I like unless you're like William Kong or Sergio Ramos. If your center back is the first person taking a penalty kick, there is problem.
mm,
When I saw Calvin Bassey step up, I mean, no slander to Calvin Bassey. He's been immense for us. But we played how many? Um, six PKs? Six PKs, I think.
yeah, so,
Six. We played six PKs. Tolu, my namesake, Arokodare, like
mhm.
we had two defenders play and miss. Moses Simon, I think he just I don't know what happened to him because but the two defenders, like I was like, why is Shea Ajayi playing now? There's still a striker on the field
Yeah,
that hasn't played. Like, I mean, maybe it's just he
yeah,
just can't handle it. But I was disappointed that he didn't step up before, unless something happened that I don't know. I was disappointed that he didn't step. Why would another center back be playing a PK before you and you are a striker? Are you serious? Like, are you
yes.
serious with your job?
It really I question the leadership of the squad or the selection by the manager of the penalty kick takers in the
Yeah.
moment, because every I mean, even though Basti had a great game, I think he was played very well during the game. There's no need for him to shoot first. It's too much pressure. He's not a captain. It's just too much, and you really have to, as a manager, you need to be prepared. Even though you've made all those substitutions, okay, Victor's not on the pitch, Ade Lookman's not on the pitch, Kong's not on the pitch,
Chukwueze is not on
Iwobi's
the
not
pitch.
on,
Iwobi is not on the
Chukwueze,
pitch.
Iwobi.
Ndidi is not
So
on the pitch.
mhm. Who do
Was
I
Ndidi on the pitch?
really? I can't remember at that point.
Yeah.
But you really have to be ready. And every player that I saw walk up to the ball, I was like, I don't know about that.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
the confidence I got was from nobody.
Yeah.
Um, just every time he was
But
in, every time he was calm. I mean, composed.
he did have that
Uh,
moment though. Remember that pass that he
oh, during the game.
threw the game. Yeah.
Yeah, during the game, I mean, I can't speak for that. That man does things in 90 minutes that I can't really co-sign. But for the penalty kick shootout specifically, I mean, if your goalie blocks two,
And you lose.
if I recall, he
Yeah.
blocked. They didn't miss. he blocked two, and you lose. I don't know. I mean, it was definitely not his fault.
Yeah, definitely.
Um,
I didn't really, to be fair, like because of the last couple of game blunders he's made, I wasn't overly confident in him,
yeah,
but he did.
going into
He
yeah,
did his
he
job.
actually got
He was close to a couple more. Like he was close to two. The ones I didn't save. There was one that went right
yeah,
underneath him, and their fifth penalty where he gets the right way.
guess
It was
that
just a
right.
good
Yeah.
penalty, but
Yeah, and I think there's a moment right before we went to penalties where he saved. They had a
a
free
header.
kick.
Yep.
Yeah, and I was worried because he went into the stanchion. He went into the pole.
Yeah.
Looked like he hurt himself. Um, which is, over the course of the game, you'll walk that shit off. But like, or excuse me, stuff you'll walk that off. But
It's okay.
like in regards to like going straight into PKs, I was like, oh, okay, I'm worried. But he performed. Yeah, it's just it's a pity. It really
It's
is.
a big pity. Very big
It is
pity.
a
But
pity. Hmm.
let's just move
We
on.
move.
Yeah, so we can finish early today. Um, Gabriel hurt represented Brazil. Calafiori sent home from the Italian camp due to injury.
Hmm.
What does that mean for Arsenal? Well, that's why they have like 18 other center backs, right?
Yeah, they've got just off dome. They've got Muslera, right? Or
Musquera,
Mosquera, excuse me, and they've got
Campi,
Hincampi. They've got Timber.
Timber,
They've
Saliba is
got
still there.
Saliba still exists.
Ben White still
They
there.
in a pinch could play in the center back or on the out fullback.
Yeah, Ben
Um,
White,
there's
Ben
one
Yedder.
more. I'm
Um,
sure we're missing one.
I don't think so. Because it was the two that were missing is Gabriel and Calafiori, right?
Yeah. That's it. That's it. That's it. Those
Yes.
are the ones. But anyway, like they've prepared for this moment, this type of injury. Because I think Saliba, if I'm not mistaken, got injured 1 year while they're in a title run, and it did things.
Yeah, it did.
Um, I think in general, the only reason Arsenal has not won in the past couple of years has been a pretty substantial injury to a key player or key cog.
Odegaard, Saka, Saliba. Yep.
And I think Arteta, his job's on the line, and what he this season. And I think what they've done is just what he's done is made a very concerted effort to make sure that that ain't gonna happen again. Like he's got depth upon depth. But be that as it may, Man City this is a rebuild year for Man City. It's still, I mean, call it what you want, but that's the truth. You lose a player like KDB,
Yeah.
um, and add a bunch of players as well. It's a rebuild season. It just really truly is. I mean, having said that, they're very well equipped to rebuild and be just fine. But I think if they were to win in this year, it would be kind of a surprise. It's not
Yeah.
what people had
So
on their bingo card.
are you saying that due to Gabriel's injury and City's recent form and the statement win against Liverpool, well, maybe not so much as a statement win anymore because of Liverpool's form, but do you think that that
Yeah,
is the door just like s- open to peak for City to see what's going on?
I think it definitely makes it interesting. I think going into the international break off of uh, that performance by City at the Etihad against Liverpool,
Mm,
you could obviously see that they're finding their form, they're finding their feet. It made us look like it also put a little bit of distance between Liverpool and City.
yeah,
And so, but Arsenal going into this international break, everybody, including myself, was like, it's theirs to lose.
yeah,
It's early to say that, but injuries like this do matter, and I think two of them, Calafiori and Gabriel, could could really impact things, because Saliba and Gabriel as a pairing
Very
are
true.
very symbiotic, very complementary. You got to find that sort of balance with these replacements. It's not as easy as you think it is. The dynamic is different, but I think they'll be fine. I just think there might be a little bit of a wobble. They won't be able to rest on their laurels as much defensively, or maybe they'll try to, but I think they might find that a bit more challenging without a player like Gabriel back there.
Well, we'll see. I think they'll miss Gabriel a little more for his threat offensively on their set pieces
Mm,
than defensively. I think defensively, I think with the covers that you called out earlier, I think they should be fine. Should
okay.
be. No excuses. I don't want to hear anything from this Arsenal team. They should be fine. Like you said, they prepped for this. The only thing they didn't prep for is Gyökeres missing and Havertz still injured. But if when Havertz comes back and Gabby Jesus comes back, don't want to hear anything. So if they can survive this period uh, through January, they should they should win it. Excuse me, they should win. But
Speaking of Gyökeres,
go ahead.
I think I saw that Sweden is really struggling to
Yeah,
qualify for the World Cup, which is kind of crazy with Isak and Gyökeres on the same team. You look at a team like, I don't know, like Norway, which is Erling Haaland. You've got
Soloff,
you got
Haaland,
Sorloth and Haaland, yeah.
Odegaard.
Yeah. Well, they're able to kind of they don't have a full team, but they're able to kind of do it with
Hmm.
a top-heavy team. Kind of curious to see that Sweden, I think, is at the bottom of their group.
Yeah.
And looking like they might not qualify.
Nah, I don't think they will. I think yeah, I mean to be fair, Isak hasn't been fit for a good amount of their qualifiers, I think.
Yeah.
And obviously that rubbish that he did earlier the season
Hmm.
for to force a move also cost him as well. So um yeah, like you said, they are what are they? Sweden? What group are they in?
Sweden. Group B.
Then Group B. Oh, they're last, yeah. 1 point from 5 games is ridiculous. Like that definitely not going. How would Sweden have 1 point and Kosovo have 10 points?
Ain't that something?
That is something. So
That's crazy. Um,
that is crazy. Yeah, but yeah, I think he hasn't been fit for the most part. I mean, apart from him and like you said, Gyökeres, I don't know if they have a good team, not like
Stay behind
before.
him.
I feel like Sweden was kind of like Croatia, where they may have one player, right, but not that many teams, not many players that in the team, that would, like not many players in the team that would complement
Yeah.
the rest well. But anyway, let's just move on from them. Did you have something to say? You want to say something just now?
No, no, no. I was actually just looking up um S- Sweden's history. I wanted to see how far, like, who else they have other than those two
Oh,
guys.
yeah, yeah. They don't
Because
have a good team. They don't have a
yeah,
good
yeah, yeah, yeah. But
um
we move.
we move. Lastly, just a quick one or two-liner. Mbappe scored his 400th goal, career goal, which he's gotten to that milestone faster than Cristiano, Messi, Lewandowski, Harry Kane, which is pretty impressive. Then you start to think that there's some people that have 950 something goals right now. It's like it would be interesting to see if Haaland, the pace is going, and Mbappe, of course, if they can reach that Cristiano level of goal scoring.
Yeah.
Time will tell. Time will tell. But goal of the week. I know, first of all, give shout out to Estevao, scored a nice goal.
Steve-O
It's still a nice goal, but did you
at
see?
the Emirates.
Yeah, at the Emirates. But yeah, I know that was.
I just there's not only that, but also it's just you remember that like a couple of years ago when Ronaldinho came out and he was just like, I can't watch this Brazil team anymore.
I
They're
don't
not.
remember that.
You don't remember that? Oh, Ronaldinho was like, I refuse to watch the Brazil team. There's a lot of Brazilian players who are just like, no,
Checked
this
out.
team ain't. Yeah, they checked out largely because it was like, I mean, that was like Charleston's Brazil. You know what I'm talking about? Like
And
that's
and
not
and Vinny wasn't playing well. Rodrigo wasn't playing well.
it's
Yeah,
not the best little like chapter of time. But Esteban's playing Samba ball, man.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
he's bringing the joy back to the side.
yeah.
I
He's playing
think
well.
I think people were saying, and this is the last thing I'll say about it. A lot of people. I didn't watch the full game, so I won't say this, but I can't say this with certainty. But um, watching the full game, people were saying that when you saw like Rodrigo or Vinny especially after Esteval scored, they were like, all right. Like they weren't gonna pass it to him anymore. They're like, all right,
Really?
like it's a dog eat dog world out there. First off, especially for the Brazil team, and secondly, I mean, chill out. It's competitive. It's not like everybody's talking about this kid.
I would
Like,
like to see. I would like
I
to see.
mean,
I didn't watch
that's
the
what I
game.
saw. That's what I
I didn't watch
saw.
the game, but because
I
that's
live on
you.
I live on the blue side of Twitter, so like I will say that.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
people
yeah.
did say that like after he made his impact, they were like, all right, I need to think about myself. I need to make an impact to make
If,
sure that I can.
if anything, I would think if they were to do anything like that, it would be to look out for their boy Rafinha because Esteban
Yeah.
might steal that shirt. And
Hmm.
the one thing I'll say is Esteban is what we thought Endrick would be. There's still time for Endrick, but the hype around Endrick compared to the hype around Esteban versus the productivity so
Yeah.
far is kind of like interesting to see. But
I mean,
got a
yeah. I
good
mean,
goal, but go ahead.
he just makes me watching him play makes me smile. I bought him in my FIFA Ultimate
Yes,
Team.
yes, yeah.
I put him on the right, and he, man, what a player. But um, also like just from a like a an upgrade standpoint from what we were dealing with last season, we had Madueke who was inconsistent. I've heard word based off of how good Esteval's playing. It's kind of curious. Are we going to give him more minutes? Are we going to start him out of the international break?
Hmm.
Because Pedro Neto's been playing okay, but he hasn't been playing like the way that he was a little bit earlier on in the season, where it was just like, okay, you're a must-start player. Esteval's just coming off of the bench and is immediately within a minute or 2 minutes making an impact on the game.
Hmm.
So be kind of curious, like we had been doing this whole Gittins, Esteval in the midweek, uh, Garnacho, Neto, and the Prem. I'm kind of curious to see if we're gonna maybe give him some starts as we get into December. But
We'll see starting this weekend. But
mm,
goal of the week, I was going to give it to Eze. He scored a sweet goal against Serbia. Um, there was no other goal. Esteban was the closest one that was kind of like neat that I saw. But Eze's one was top bins. It was a cold goal. Um, but player of the week, I wanted to give you a shout out to Benjamin Fredericks, a Nigerian boy. He still hasn't played a top flight game for Brentford, but
mm,
putting in top class performances in center back and right back for us. But Haaland, Norway going to the World Cup, scoring in both games, captaining the
yeah,
squad. He had to be player of the week for me. I don't know what you think about that.
I think that's fair. It was kind of I mean, for us, I would say it's a quiet international break for everybody, like the
Yeah,
whole world. It was busy for us as Nigerian fans,
yeah,
but yeah, I think with the break, Holland definitely stood out above
yeah,
everybody else.
yeah, for sure. And really quick to end the show, upcoming fixtures. Italy has some crazy ones. Fiorentina, Juventus, Napoli, Atalanta. Then in England, Arsenal, Spurs. and also Italy. Inter
Ooh.
AC is this weekend as well. So at least Arsenal Spurs Inter AC are definitely standout games that we'll be looking
Mhm.
out for this weekend. Any who are you guys playing? Really quick before we end the show.
Yeah, no, I think we have Burnley
Okay,
coming out of the break, and then we've got then it gets squeaky bum time. It's Burnley, and then it's Barcelona, and then Arsenal. So Barcelona and Arsenal back to back is some
crazy.
type of turn. The Barcelona game will be at the Bridge, whereas that actually they're both at the Bridge.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're both at the Bridge. So
yeah,
um it's crazy. But I'm really hoping that we see some Esteval starts.
yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see.
We'll see. We play Elche, then go to Olympiacos, so it should be straightforward. But yeah, that's the show. Disappointing show, but there we go. We live to fight another 4 years. Any last words before we call it
Um,
really quick before it ends?
yeah, no, I think, you know, yeah, yeah.
No,
Just
yeah,
keep your heads up. Keep your heads up.
yeah.
Um,
Let's just call it.
don't let anybody talk smack because Nigeria still is the giant of the
I don't want to hear that.
continent.
Please, 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 please.
Hey, fine.
Please, I don't hear giant anything. I'm a giant. You're a giant. That's where it starts. That's where it ends. Because these guys are not going to ruin my life.
Uh, let's still make the best jollof rice.
Yeah, yeah, fair. That's the episode. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Peace.